Room 240 was supposed to have 4 doors. A janitor closet, a staff restroom, a supply cabinet, and the exit. But on Tuesday morning, there were 5. I'm the building supervisor for the Jernigan office tower. 24 floors of dust, fluorescent lighting, and bad Wi-Fi. The kind of place with gray carpets that smell like paper and sadness. I've walked every hall in this place for 10 years. I know every creaky tile, every off-kilter vent, every light that flickers more than it should. That's why I noticed the 5th door right away. It was identical to the others, matte gray, steel handle, maintenance label that read 240E. Only we didn't have a 240E. Our rooms were labeled a through D. Always had been. I checked the building plans to be sure. A through D. No E, ever. Still, the door was there. It was locked, but the key from 240D worked in it. I shouldn't have gone inside. But curiosity is a hell of a drug. I opened the door and stepped into not a room. Not even a hallway. It was a space I'd never seen. A massive, open corridor lined with endless yellow wallpaper, faded, stained, and peeling. The ceiling lights buzzed like angry wasps, flickering in uneven rhythms. The floor was a dull carpet, the color of mustard and mildew. And it smelled wrong. Like wet drywall and warm plastic. Like memory rotting. I turned back, but the door I entered from was gone. Gone. Just more yellow hallway. I walked for maybe 5 minutes before panic kicked in. Then I ran. I passed dozens of identical intersections, branching endlessly. Everywhere I turned, more corridors. No windows. No exit signs. No sound but my footsteps and that constant electrical hum above. I called out, "Hello?" Nothing. No echo. Just the sound swallowed by the space. I took out my phone, no signal. No Wi-Fi. The clock said 11:42 a.m. It would stay 11:42 for the next 6 hours. Eventually, I found someone else. He was crouched in a corner, eyes wide, fingers twitching. He looked like he hadn't slept in days, or eaten, or blinked. I asked him how long he'd been there. He said, 3 weeks, or maybe longer. Time doesn't work here. You'll see. I asked him how to get out. He just laughed. There is no out. There's only down. Before I could ask what he meant, he bolted down a side hallway and disappeared. I followed, but he was gone, like he never existed. Later, I started hearing things. Not voices. Not exactly. Breathing. Slow. Heavy. Behind the walls. Sometimes I'd hear movement. A shuffling step just beyond the next turn. Sometimes the lights would go out in sections behind me. Like the darkness was following. I slept in a corner once. Maybe for an hour. Maybe a day. When I woke up, someone had written on the wall in smeared black marker, "Stay away from the vents." I hadn't noticed vents until then. Now I see them everywhere. And now, I hear scratching from inside. At some point, the hallways changed. The wallpaper faded further, turned a brownish green. The buzzing got louder. Then I started hearing voices. Familiar ones. My wife calling my name. My mother saying goodnight like she did when I was a child. Even my dog barking softly from behind one of the walls. I knew it was bait, but I walked toward them anyway. The voices led me to a new hallway, darker than the rest. And there it was, a door. Plain wood. Brass knob. A welcome mat in front that read, "You're home." I opened it slowly. There was nothing behind it but a stairwell. Going down. The stairs went on for a long time. No lights. Just my phone screen glowing dimly. Eventually, I reached another level. This one was colder. Darker. The walls were now tiled, like an old subway. Wet footprints tracked across the floor, some human, some not. And on the far wall, written in red, "If you see an exit, run the other way." I'm still here. Still walking. Still listening to the hum, and the breathing, and the lies that sound like love. I haven't aged. I don't think I can die here. But I can forget. And that's what scares me most. Because last night, I found a mirror. And the man looking back at me wasn't me anymore.